Welcome everyone to episode 2 of my Yun versus Ken breakdown. Um, the first one took a little longer than expected, so this time I have a little more time and my headset hopefully won't die right in the middle. Either way, today we are going to be looking at um, Yun versus Ken, and we're going to be looking at the Ken from last night, boss, playing Yun against Hirai Ken, who Hirai is probably one of the top 5 Kens in Japan. Um, so without further ado, let's begin. So, unlike Yakun, he starts the match by jumping away. Ken immediately follows him up, trying to chase him down, because again, they both have no meter. Yakun likes to go forward because Ken has no meter, but the opposite works as well. So, so he jumps away once, and then he neutral jumps, hits his button on the way, and he's going to land before Ken. So, because he's landing before Ken, he has a couple options here. He can throw, he can crouching light kick, he can standing medium punch. Ken's best options here are DP and throw, essentially. So he gets command grab. He's going to get crouching medium punch, dash punch, push him almost all the way to the corner, and he should have about 30% meter. Okay, so since he's pushed him in the corner, he either has to dash up or he has to jump in order to follow up properly. If he jumps, he can hit Ken right in the proper spacing in the knees. He can cross him up and put himself in the corner. He can whiff in front of him, or he can just jump in with either medium kick, fierce kick, or fierce punch. So he dashes up, and from this range, you have standing medium, far stand medium punch, crouch medium kick, far stand fierce, crouch fierce kick, and because the shadows are touching, at least one light kick will hit. So he goes with sweep, trades with his Shoryu, but because it trades, he's still going to get another set play. Dive kicks in, is going to whiff, and let's see how Ken reacts. So, because he is so close, Ken has a lot of different options. Obviously throw, crouching light kick, crouching medium punch, standing medium punch. Yun has command throw, crouching light kick, standing medium punch. And those are pretty much his only options. But because most of those options are beat out by Ken's different options, the most likely scenario is throw, command throw, or crouching light kick, or 1-2-3 attempt after a option parry. So he goes for a throw out of the corner, which is slightly confusing. But Ken still doesn't have more than 50% of his meter, and Yun is about to get meter. So he goes in, hits him with a single blocked medium kick, and now he has Ganejin, but he's close. So again, it's a situation where throw is probably optimal. Ken gets his throw, he follows up, activates off of crouching medium kick. He's still close, so he will get a proper block string, or pressure string I should call it. So again, doesn't go for jumps, which jumping against Ken and Ganejin is not the best idea, because DP is such a strong tool. He goes for early command grab at about 40% of his meter left, so he should be able to get a decent ender. He should be able to get forward medium kick into shoulder. Goes for double shoulder instead to re-corner. Misses his ender completely, and now Ken is on the offensive. He whiffs his fierce kick early, so he's going to land in front. um, meaning that he's likely going to go for crouching light kick DP or throw once he lands. Yun um, reads it properly, and because he pressed a button, he can trip guard him. So he trip guards him with 1, 1, 2, 3 into up kicks, which is the most damage and most meter you can get. And now he's going to likely cross him up so that he can try to push him back in the corner. Attempts to cross up, but he neutral jumps instead of forward jumps, so he doesn't actually cross him up. And because of that, he's scrambling to figure out what to press next. Like usual, his options are standing medium punch, standing medium kick, crouch light kick, 1, 2, 3, throw, command throw. But Ken did quick rise, and he can do pretty much whatever he wants on wake up. DP in this particular situation is good because, like, we can already see he's starting to DP. Because he has a lot of meter, Yun has a lot here, and it's likely that Yun is going to try to do something in order to get his meter, because he's so close. One poke blocked into a blocked shoulder will give him enough meter. So he gets DP'd, and because he took the hits, he now has meter. So he's going to probably try and jump back or dash back and then activate. Gets thrown. Gets thrown again. Reads the parry. And does his super anyway. A lot of players won't parry crouching medium punch or crouching fierce kick and then block immediately. For whatever reason, they end up eating the super. Like, they try to punish whatever it is that they're parried with, standing light kick, standing medium punch, something, or standing 1, 2, 3, and they end up getting supered for it. Happens to me all the time. So he has no life. Ken has EX meter. He can literally EX on wake up and kill Yun. So Yun has to bait out a DP. He can't go too close. He can't trade with standing fierce punch, otherwise he'll lose. And if he doesn't back off, Ken can just try to do light punch DP, fierce punch DP, EX DP, crouching light kick. Like, he has a multitude of things, or he can try to just throw if Yun is walking forward. So he stays just out of range of DP, and he stays just out of throw range. So his optimal options here are crouching light kick, far standing medium punch into shoulder, or far stand medium punch, fierce punch. He's probably not going to jump because he's too low life to risk it, and he can jump EX Tatsu out of the air. He can go for a command throw, but again, it's sort of risky at this particular amount of life. But he has just started Ganejin, and most people will expect a block string immediately. So he goes for the crouching light kick, and that's the safest option. So Ken option parries and EX Shoryus just to make sure that he gets the kill, because it would have chipped him anyway. That's the smartest option there, because it wastes all of Yun's meter. So again, Yun's options at the beginning of a round against Ken are neutral jump, jump back, dash back, or light punch shoulder, or just start to build meter. He can jump forward and try to attack, but it's not usually the optimal idea. It really depends on the player you're playing against and how good their reactions are, because at the distance at the beginning of the round, you can react to dive kicks and you can react to jump-ins. So he goes for shoulder, but he goes for a medium punch shoulder instead. Ken didn't parry it. There's no real punish for it on Yun unless you have super. So he tries to press a button, but Yun is let's see. Yun on his medium punch shoulder is -3. Ken tried to do standing fierce kick there. So Ken's standing fierce kick is 11 frames of startup. So even if Yun does his crouching medium kick, which is 7 frames, um, it'll still beat it by 1 frame. So he gets his crouching medium kick into dash punch. He dashes up for a throw mix-up, and he gets DP'd for it. So now Ken has the normal mix-up after a DP/super. Yun tries to upkick, which is a very confusing option since he's just going to corner himself, and it doesn't really deal with a whole lot of the stuff that Ken can do on Wake Up. So he corners himself, he gets proper punish with standing medium punch into fierce punch DP. He's now about to have meter, he's DED. So as soon as anything is blocked or hit, he'll have super. Yen is also to the point where he's about to get super as well, but he has to get out of the corner, and he has to make sure that Ken doesn't use his... Ideally, in this situation, Yen actually wants Ken to use his super, because Ken can make use of his EX Fireball during Genejin to waste time, like you saw Boss doing yesterday against Yakun. So he does EX upkicks, which is questionable in that particular situation, especially because he jumped. If Ken jumps at you at all in the corner, you can literally just dash punch out. Like, there's no reason whatsoever that you can't light kick dash punch out. You're not going to get punished. Ken will land in the corner, and then you're closer to mid screen, so you can just box him in. And he wouldn't have wasted his meter. He would have had meter off of, I believe, 1 or 2 blocked pokes after that, because he would have whiffed a special, which is 8% meter. So yeah. Ken tries to walk, dash up grab, gets punished by Yun for it. So now Yun is going to jump, neutral jump. At this point, he can light kick, dive kick to whiff in his face, and then go for pressure from there. He can cross him up with fierce kick, dive kick, or he can stay in front with medium kick, dive kick, and literally just bounce on his head for meter. Ideally, you would want to cross up because that gives you a combo. Depending on if he's super jumping or not, depends on if he will be able to properly hit with medium kick, dive kick into a combo. So he does super jump, and he does fierce kick, dive kick over his corpse. He does not quick get up. If he had quick get up, done quick get up, then that fierce kick, dive kick would have hit. And he would have got a combo. But now he's cornered and he has to get out again. So he goes for command throw. He gets hit by Hurricane Kick, which is a weird option. But Hurricane Kick does not get thrown. So I guess it's not that weird in that situation if you're really fearing throw. So Yun's going to jump, neutral jump in the corner. He tries to hit him so that he can get 1, 2, 3, but the Ken blocks it, and he's going to block it high, which means that Yun now has to choose between throwing and re-jumping. He decides to go for 1, 2, 3, but because of the height at which he hit Ken, going for 1, 2, 3 here is likely going to get parried, because if Ken is going to be throwing, or attempting to throw, he's going to buffer parry in anyway. So if he sees the parry, he can full punish instead. Gets his full punish. And now he's get a mix-up. EX DP's out, which I guess is okay. It gets him out of the corner. Now he's going to have to run away. But he just decides to play footsies with Ken. So Ken doesn't have super, so even if he... I mean, Yun has to block this Emperor Punch, right? So off of Emperor Punch, he has crouching medium kick. He has walk forward, a second Emperor Punch, or he has walk forward, crouching, light kick as his best options. Or a lot of times Ken's will dash and then try and throw. There you go. Crouching medium punch into medium kick, gets parried and then cornered. Yun has almost all of his meter, so he's going to go for a cross up again. Very delayed cross up, but again, no quick rise, so he doesn't hit. But still gets 1, 2, 3 somehow. He's going to get shoulder into activate, and he should be able to kill. He does 3 Daipons into a reset. So because he does the reset, he should get enough damage to kill, because it's only about 30% of his life. He still has about 40% of his meter to work with, which means he should get about 30 to 40% meter if he's successful with this reset. Okay, so he goes for 1 crouching light kick into command grab. So that means that he's going to do up kicks into shoulder into crouching medium punch up kicks, which I'm not sure will kill him. No, he decides to go for light punch shoulder into dash punch to recorner instead. Dashes up, so Ken can do the same thing here. He can go for a crouching or a down parry or forward parry into EX Shoryu if he wants, or he can go for throw. Optimally, if you're going to go for throw, you would option parry as well. He DPs and beats, it looks like, a shoulder from Yun. So Yun did dash up into a light punch shoulder. So Hirai's up 1 game. Again, Yun's options here are jump forward, jump back, dash punch, or start whiffing. But at this particular range, Yun doesn't want to be whiffing crouching medium kicks because Ken can literally walk forward 1 step and punish him. But because he doesn't have super, it's not the worst idea in the world, but it's something to be mindful of, is to not throw things out at distances that you can eat damage for free, and it will give him like 8% meter if he takes a hit. So standing medium kick is also another option at the beginning. It beats Ken's jump, and it also beats a dash. Standing medium kick in general in this matchup is actually pretty strong, especially from this sort of starting range. It fills a lot of the void that Ken wants to go into to try and pressure Yun. And it's also a far-reaching poke. It gives you some distance if they block it. So it's overall not too bad. So air to air, parry, and then he'll land first, so he gets a mix-up ops for medium punch DP. Blocked it so that he gets about 8% meter from the block. Goes for crouching medium kick into dash punch, and it lands. At that range, crouching medium kick is one of the only buttons that hits, right? So the only thing that Yun can do after that medium punch medium punch shoulder is crouching medium kick, standing fierce punch, jump, or walk back. Like, those are his best options. Because again, medium punch DP is -3 on block. So like, he has to... Ken can't punish it, again, because it's -3, and even his crouching light kick, I believe, is 5 frames. His crouching jab is 4 frames. Like, nothing he has other than throw is 3 frames. And even then, Yun is too pushed back from the medium punch shoulder to actually get punished for it. So, again, if Yun tries to do crouching medium kick, if Ken does crouching medium kick in that situation, Ken's crouching medium kick is a 7-frame move. Yun's crouching medium kick is also a 7-frame move. So because Yun is -3, Ken's crouching medium kick would win. So I don't understand why the Ken would not have filled the void of where Yun wants to be with a move that actually would beat Yun's crouching moves. It also would have beaten the standing fierce punch, because Yun's standing fierce punch is startup of 9 frames. But again, it's a crapshoot because you don't know if he really did medium punch there. It could have been light punch, and if it's light punch shoulder, it's only -1. So if the Ken doesn't immediately try and crouching medium kick or crouching fierce kick, then Yun, if he pressed a button, um, won't get hit. But if Yun delays his crouching medium kick 1 frame, even the Ken will have whiffed, and he'll be able to whiff punish it with crouching medium kick. So it's a double-edged sword. It's your best option as Ken, but it is something that Yun can deal with if he's patient and he's baiting it. So now another thing is after you get that dash punch, most Yuns will whiff once and then go for either a meaty or a throw or whatever they want. Especially if they whiff one light medium punch in almost any matchup, you can bet that Yun is going to stay grounded and you're going to deal with a three-way mix-up. You're not going to be dealing with Yun jumping at you and dealing with a 50-50 side swap mix-up. It's going to be a three-way guess. So he goes for a throw, gets the same exact situation as he would get off of a dash punch. Crouching, he has activation, so he activates. But you would get crouching medium punch into, walk up light kick, crouching light kick, walk up, close standing medium kick. Like you have a bunch of options. So he gets his activation. He's going to go over his corpse, and at this point, his best options are close standing fierce punch, crouching light kick, close standing medium punch, forward medium kick, or try and meaty command throw, especially if he's not quick rising. He has a lot of time to meaty him, and if your opponent is going to try an option parry throw at their wake up, if you do standing fierce punch, they have to parry twice, because if they don't parry twice and they try to throw after the first hit, they're going to get hit by the second hit and you can continue. So he does forward medium kick, gets a little bit of damage. He now has about 50% meter. So ideally he wants to do one poke, one walk up crouching light kick, or one walk up standing medium punch crouch light kick before he does command grab. But he just takes the free damage, again from another medium kick, and now he's pressuring, hoping that he makes a mistake. He doesn't. He gets it with about 10% meter, so let's see if he gets his ender. Does not. So now he's side swapped again and keeps him in the corner. Even though he didn't get the proper ender, because he didn't really have... Okay, so let me rephrase. In that particular situation, he did the right thing. Because even though he had 1 second left of Genejin, he would not have been able to combo with the medium punch after the up kicks, but because it was done faster, he'll drop a little bit slower, so he'll have time to medium punch or fierce punch, I don't know which one off the top of my head, but he'll be able to shoulder under Ken as he's falling from the up kicks and land on the other side, keeping him cornered. Misses a hit confirm, just does it, and now Ken's dashing up. Yun tries to poke him out of it with a light punch, and then now he has meter again because he pushes him back, so he can safely jump back or just backdash and activate. Or he can try and walk forward crouching medium punch or medium kick into activate, or he can shoulder, light punch shoulder if he walks forward a couple steps. So he jumps in, goes for target combo, gets standing medium kick. He's decided not to use his meter. Instead, he's going for a kill without it, which makes sense because Ken doesn't really have 50% of his meter, or he only has 50% of his meter, I should say. He has very low life, about 15%, and Yun has about 90% of his life. So he's not really worried about Ken doing much. And even if Ken gets super, he's not going to be able to come back on 90% life without 3 or 4 set plays. And those set plays have to be high damage. They can't just be tick throws. Otherwise, throws are only about 10 to 15% life. So yeah, it might eat 50% of his life if he gets 3 throws, but Yun can still take all of that. He he can risk whatever he wants because he doesn't have the ability to properly punish. And again, even if he used his super at this point, his super is only going to do about 30% damage, and then he still has to worry about the other 50% of Yun's life. So he gets the punish, and he goes for the DP like you would have to do at this point, because supering would not be very smart. So now he has to get another knockdown after from a set play in order to even have a chance to win. But Yun can EX up kicks, he can do whatever he wants and still chip him. So he gets another knockdown from a throw, but Yun just presses his light kick, not really fearing any parries from the Ken. So he immediately activates off the get-go, and he whiffs. He could rejump if the Ken tried to do crouching medium kick or crouching fierce kick, and then punish him with a faster dive kick because he's in Ganagin, and then combo from there. The Ken tries to knock him out of the air, thinking that he's going to jump forward for whatever reason, or try to hit him, which, again, like I talked about in my previous video, if you dive kick at Ken when he can parry and then go into super, especially because it would eat so much time from Ganagin, it's not an optimal thing to do. So he does the right thing in whiffing, and then now he can punish his DP. Gets 3-4 medium kicks. Probably he'll get a 4th into a standing medium punch. No, standing medium kick, or same thing, medium kick or standing fierce punch into an ender. Gets about 30% meter, gets 3 crouching medium punches, and then rejumps. So Ken has to DP, block, or parry. Those are his 3 options. So he does neutral jump, fierce punch, and then walk forward, standing medium kick, which is actually pretty smart because the neutral jump standing fierce punch, or the neutral jump fierce punch, doesn't push you back all that far, so you don't have to take that many steps to get into range for this. So now he's far enough away where he can build meter successfully, or he can try to gatekeep Yun or Ken into the corner, or to keep him in the corner with standing medium kick, neutral jump fierce punch, light kick, dive kick, etc. So he jumps in at him and presses his fierce kick before Ken can really get to a point where he can air to air him. Sometimes it's good to be the first to jump, but it's normally better to be second to act. But that's one of the few times where jumping first is a good thing. So again, he backs off to a perfect range where crouching medium kick or far standing medium punch are options. He can walk forward and close standing medium kick again. He can far stand fierce. He can rejump. Like, Yun has a lot of options. His only option that he doesn't have is throw, because he would have to walk forward too much. So he makes a mistake by not canceling into Ganagin there. So he backs off and does Ganagin himself. Again, that was a dive kick that hit him in his chest. So that forces Yun into a situation where, even though crouching light kick is 3 frames, the Ken is going to be able to throw him because Yun is negative, even on hit at that range. So he gets thrown, and he's going to eat as much of his Ganagin as possible. So that means that he's either going to crouching medium kick into EX Fireball, or he's going to standing fierce kick and then back off. So Ganagin's ending. Ken has a lot of meter to work with, and standing fierce punch or standing fierce kick can actually be supered on. Yeah, it can actually be supered on block because it's -5. But he doesn't punish it. He Tatsu's out of the corner instead. DPs the whiff dive kick. Goes for a medium punch. Mix up. Dashes in. And now Yun is controlling the pace of the match. He goes for a command grab. Gets it. Gets the ender. Gets 30% meter. Follows up. Forces him to block. And then forces Ken to move forward by going away. That's exactly what you need to do in that situation, is you need to force Ken to feel like he has to move forward. And since it was the second round and Yun was already up a round, if Ken didn't move forward and didn't guess correctly, the Yun just would have rolled over him. Because if the Ken continued to run away, and this is a mistake that I made the other day playing against Mutant, is if the Ken is backing off, the Yun has no reason to follow the Ken, especially if he has a life lead. He can literally just sit back and build meter. And then that will force the Ken to go back in. It's better to be on the reactionary side in this matchup, is what it seems like. So it's 1-1. Game 3. Again, options. Jump back, backdash, standing medium kick, medium punch or light punch shoulder, neutral jump fierce punch, neutral jump empty jump, crouching medium kick, just walking at your opponent to see what they do, walking back, dashing back. He goes with crouching medium punch at the beginning, which is okay, but as you can see, they're at a perfect range where Ken can punish it with standing fierce kick. So there he buffers, he does crouching medium punch again. And the reason he does that is because if Ken dashes forward, he's buffering dash punch into his crouching medium punch. And since he didn't actually go for it, and he sees that he's jumping, he shoulders to get under him. And now he goes for something and gets DP'd for it. So now after he gets DP'd, Ken gets his super jump in. So he's going to cross up and then likely standing medium punch into his normal mix-up. Ends up doing neutral jump instead and getting trip guarded on his way in. Now he's cornered. Yun has about 65% meter and is about 2 block strings away from Ganagin or 1 standing fierce punch, pretty much. So he's going to punish this with standing medium kick, forward fierce dash punch, which should give him enough meter to activate. Okay, so now we're going to have an activation. Decides to not activate, fakes that he's going to cross up. Activates up crouching medium kick. The fake cross up is actually a decent idea sometimes. You just neutral jump to see how they're going to react, and since you're at a spacing where even when you land, you're not susceptible to throw, as you can just jump back, he didn't really risk much. He's going to get his full combo. Full ender into 20% meter. And now he has a mix-up. He does far standing medium punch to get as close as he can, which means that he's either going to go for a mix-up of standing medium punch or crouching light kick, is more than likely. A close standing medium kick at this range doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. he could go for close standing fierce punch because he is very low on his life, and he could hit confirm that into EX DP, or not, yeah, EX DP, or shoulder, because it would put him to the beater that he needs for that, or it should. Standing medium punch spaces him out. He expects Ken to press something, so he sweeps. Punishes the whiff with a jump in throw. Again, we have the same sort of situation, but that situation is always impacted by Ken's meter. So, if Ken has meter here, you're so close to Ganajin, you don't really want to be sticking out pokes if you can help it. But, you know, he thinks that Ken might jump in, so he does his far-standing medium kick. This is a situation, again, where Ken is dashing up. He's probably not going to dash a second time, so crouching medium punch might not be the best idea, but if he's going to do it, he's going to do it and buffer in his dash punch. So he does that and then neutral jumps. Misses the opportunity to combo there. If he had just done light kick instead of 1, 2, 3, it would have comboed. Now gets Ken cornered. With Ganajin, normal combo, gets his ender, 10% meter that time because he scaled the damage in the meter from the combo with his fierce punch dash punch at the beginning of the combo. So instead of crossing up, he neutral jump target combos, and there's 2 timings for that. So trying to red parry that is very risky, and if he parries the first hit, he has 2 timings for the second hit, so it's still likely that he does get the hit. So if the Yun does neutral jump, it's usually best to try and block, because at that range, if he comes down with target combo and you try to parry, you better get the second parry, otherwise you're going to go back right down to the ground and eat the same mix-up. So he's at a range there where he can buffer his dash punch, which is what he does in his crouching medium kick, because if Ken throws out a poke, he can whiff punish it. If Ken dashes up, he can punish that with his crouching medium kick. So there's almost no downside to buffering dash punch in there, because he can't really walk up and then block, which still would force the dash punch, but he was out of range for that. So he whiffs once, jumps. That was a neutral jump, so now he's back at the distance where close standing medium kick, close standing medium punch, crouching light kick, standing fierce punch, command throw, throw. Goes for command throw. But he didn't. Shit. Okay, so this was the match. Goes for command. Okay. Sorry about that. There's that same situation. He goes for a command throw, but he's not close enough to Ken to get the command throw. He has to walk forward 1 step. So Ken crouches, gets the punish, gets a full punish, and uses one of his meters. Now he has set play. So if Ken stepped forward before he super jumped, he would have crossed up, but he didn't. So he hits on the front. He gives Yun Ganajin, and now the round is most likely Yun's. So in that situation, Yun is just going to make you block until he feels like he can get the command throw. Because at that low life, going for throw, if Yun is doing his normal shtick of standing medium punch, crouch light kick, crouch light kick, crouch light kick, if he varies the timing or walks back at all, he can punish you for his for the throw attempt, which is something that good Yuns do all the time. Is they vary their approach, trying to make their opponent guess what they're going to do. Um, and also leaving intentional gaps so that it looks like they're going to be walking forward for their command throw, but instead they just either sit in the spot that they're at and then punish you with crouching medium kick, forward fierce punch, among other things, or they walk back and do the same thing. So he wanted to whiff a dive kick there, but fucks up. He lands before Ken, so he has advantage over Ken. Ken will probably be in trip guard. Yep, but because he's in trip guard and he does light punch too early, he knocks him out of the air instead. He goes for a throw because that's his best option in that position, and Ken techs. He goes for an air-to-air thinking Ken's going to jump, so that was a read, gets DP'd for it. So now Yun is cornered, he has no meter, and Ken is going to be at severe advantage because he has better tools in this particular situation. So Ken backs off, trying to keep Yun cornered. He sweeps at a range that Yun can't punish it. I am wrong. He gets the punish. So most of the ranges for crouching fierce kick, you can light punch, dash punch them as a punish. So he gets his dash punch, and then he follows up with a whiff dive kick, positioning to a point where Ken can crouching medium kick, but it won't hit Yun, and he can whiff punish it. But Ken continues to walk backward, now they're just playing footsies. So he punishes the standing fierce kick with dash punch, because standing fierce kick with Ken is 19 frames of recovery. And light punch, dash punch with Yun is 5 frames. Zaysho. Yeah, so Zaysho with jab startup is 8 frames. So he has a lot of frames to go. Dashes up. At this range, his only options are standing fierce punch, crouching roundhouse, crouching medium kick. So if Yun's dashing up at you after that, you know that your best option is either to down parry or low block. Because he's forced to walk forward if he wants to do anything other than those things. Gets his activation. He goes for fierce punch into neutral jump medium kick. Fierce kick dive kick, which hits properly, but Ken punishes, or Ken parries. Now, because Ken doesn't have super, he has to throw or DP. Those are the fastest things that he has. So he opts for throw and he gets to throw. He back throws Yun to eat more time. And now he's going to either back off and throw EX Fireball, or he's going to back off and throw regular Fireball. He can try to force Yun to eat more time as well by doing crouching medium kick into EX Fireball and then backing off. So he dashes up twice, forcing him to guess. He's guessing between crouching medium kick or standing medium punch or throw. So he does his standing medium punch, he forward parries and then gets his close standing medium kick. He's going to dash under him or do walk forward, forward fierce. Dashes under. He's going to do medium kick, forward fierce, dash punch more than likely. Nope, does standing medium punch into double shoulder, forward fierce, dash punch, but misses the dash punch. So after a dash punch against anyone in the game, Yun has so many options from neutral jump. He has neutral jump, light kick, dive kick if he thinks you're going to throw, and it will hit your throw. He has neutral jump, fierce punch. He has neutral jump, target combo. He has neutral jump, fierce kick. And fierce kick and medium kick can be done at 2 different ranges to combo. Also, all of his fierce buttons into a combo on the way down actually yield about 40% meter or so, because it's about 20% for the fierce hitting, and then crouching medium punch, dash punch is 20%. So he gets a parry into standing medium kick. He could have done shoulder into Ganejin to get the round if you wanted to. But again, you have to look at all the chips on the board like it's poker. Or that's how it's been explained to me. You always have to be looking at your life, your opponent's life, your meter, their meter, and deciding what is the best option based on those things. So, Boss is a smart player. He's not going to use his meter if he doesn't need to. But he's going to use his meter anyway. I eat my words. He doesn't give him a chance to get back in the game. But that's something that I don't agree with. Though he is a better player than myself, I don't agree with using meter there. He was one throw away from death, pretty much. So now he's going to run away from... Ooh, red parry. So the idea is that you want to run away enough so that your opponent is forced to move forward. So then you can act on their movements. And that's what Yun did, and he chose the wrong dive kick and gets punished for it. So now Ken double dashes up again, which means that he eats the crouching medium kick in that position. And now Ken is cornered. He doesn't quick rise, which is going to give Yun the chance to get out of the corner. So because Yun gets out of the corner and he tries to DP, it's not going to hit. So he'll actually be able to get a full punish here. He can do standing medium kick into Ganejin, or he can do standing medium kick forward fierce dash punch into Ganejin, which is probably more likely. Nope. Tries for hard punch loop and misses it. For medium kick, shoulder, forward fierce, nope. Goes for the simple combo. Stays grounded. He does 2 crouching medium kicks there, right? And at that range, after you do 2 successful crouching medium kicks or 2 crouching fierce punches, you're at the perfect range where if Ken tries to crouching medium kick you, or tries to crouching sweep you, or tries to sweep you, your standing fierce kick will go over both of those. Early command throw, gets another ender. Goes for a cross up and gets it. So now Yun is up 3-1. Let's see if he chooses to throw a poke or a special out or a run away. Or neutral jump. Goes for a delayed medium punch shoulder. It's blocked, so now we're at that same situation where crouching medium kick or crouching or sweep is best from Ken, or to try and jump. Or he can dash up. But if he dashes up, Yun can still punish with crouching medium punch, dash punch, etc. So he just backs off, air to air, tries to go for a DP after the air to air, and gets punished for it with standing fierce kick. Ken's moves don't really get low profiled by anything Yun does. So in a matchup like against Chun-Li, her standing fierce punch, standing fierce kick, far fierce kick, sorry. You can low profile them with your shoulders sometimes. So it's an ideal option. I'm guessing is that he thought that the Ken was going to be dashing in or trying to throw out a medium kick. If he did crouching medium kick there, the shoulder would have hit the medium kick on recovery. Misses his dive kick and gets DP'd for it. So now he's cornered, gets his punish on the sweep, and now he's very close to Ganejin, so he's probably going to whiff. Nope, he just chases him down. So I understand what he did there. He neutral jumped in and went for a throw. And now that he's back in neutral, he can successfully whiff 2 crouching medium punches, which should give him enough meter, without really risking Ken doing anything. So he does 1 crouching medium punch into double whiff dive kick, and Ken's dashing here, so he should get a punish on it. Does not, gets thrown for it. And now Ken wants him to activate because he wants him to waste the time. So he gets the parry on the dive kick, and he should get a full punish here. He doesn't go for a full punish. He could have got fireball into super there, which would have killed Yun. Yun gets out, standing medium kick into backdash activate. So now Yun has to be careful on the approach, because all it's going to take is 1 parry from Ken in order to seal it. Because 1 back throw is going to eat a bunch of time from Ganejin, and it's also going to take about 15% life, and Ken has a large life lead, and he has a meter lead at that point. So it's very bad for the Yun if he gets that parry, so he needs to be as cautious as possible. Okay, so now Ken is going to be cornered again. Yun has about 60% meter now, so he needs 1 blocked string or 1 hit dive kick into a combo to get the to get Ganejin. So he dashes up and he does close stand fierce punch, which gives him about another 20% meter. So now all he needs is 1 blocked thing into a blocked shoulder. But he runs away instead to build the meter, and then he shoulders to cover the space where Ken wants to go to. So if Ken's walking forward, unless he has Hado walked, he cannot parry. So his best option is to block when he tries to do his shoulder. So that covers if your opponent is not Hado walking properly. You can throw out your shoulders as they're moving forward. Good players at the highest level, though, will make sure that when they know that you are distanced to be able to do a medium punch shoulder, they'll start from down, back, and do down, back, down, down, forward, forward, and hold forward, like they're doing a Hadoken. And then they'll, because the game thinks that they inputted a special move, it does not count as a parry window or anything from hitting forward. So again, goes for crouching light kick there. The Ken gets the parry and then kills him for it. But to the Yun's credit, your options after forward medium kick are very limited. So, you know, if he had changed the timing a little bit, that would have worked. So he does the EX thinking that after the Yun whiffs twice that he's going to try and dive kick on him. But obviously he's getting punished for it. And now Yun gets crouching medium punch into a mix-up. So again, after 1 crouch medium punch, his best options are standing medium punch, crouching medium kick, walk forward, crouching light kick, walk forward, command throw, walk forward, throw, or neutral jump, fierce kick, or neutral jump, medium kick on the way down. He walks back, thinking that the Ken might DP, does light punch shoulder, messes up hard punch loop. Okay, so we're going to go over that particular situation because it's an important one. In Ganejin, on hit, forward, and forward, right? Like forward and medium kick is -2. So even if he goes for crouching light kick afterward, which is 3 frames, because it's -2 even on crouch hit, Ken can throw out crouch medium punch with impunity. Like, it'll trade, or the Yun trying to walk forward will get hit by the crouching medium punch, and then the Ken can confirm into super. So, as good as forward medium kick is against your opponent, you really have to delay what you're going to be doing afterward, because otherwise your opponent can just press their buttons and stop your approach. Because most characters have buttons that can stop the approach of you after that. So you have to mix it up between, you know, jumping afterward or doing another forward medium kick to go over lows, um, or doing, delay, walk forward, block, command throw, like stuff like that. Because otherwise, like, forward medium kick is just a really bad move, even in Ganajin. Because right there, Ken's crouching medium punch is 6-frame startup. So, if Yun had pressed anything other than crouching light kick, and the crouching light kick wouldn't have hit because of range, the crouching medium punch from Ken would have beat it out. So now Ken does a frame kill with the crouching medium punch before his jump. He still should land in front. Nope. Because he pressed... he would have landed in front if he didn't press the medium kick. He presses the medium kick and forces the hitbox forward. Gets his cross up, but because... one of Ken's options is backdash, right? Because you can throw, like throw off of a tick is a decent option, and a lot of people will guess that, or they'll try an option parry throw after that, or they'll try and jump back or just block. And if Ken backdashes and they do anything other than block, he can get a sweep or he can get crouching medium kick into DP. But he just spaces. Whiff dive kick is something that you should be trying to throw all the time. So that's also another reason why Yuns throw so much after whiff dive kick, is because, like, it is both players' best option to throw, unless you're Chun-Li. So Ken throws out standing medium kick. He doesn't get the punish, which is weird. So he throws out the standing medium kick there, thinking that after his crouching medium kick, Ken's going to try to intercept his next crouching medium kick, because Ken's crouching medium kick is 7 frames and Yun's crouching medium kick is also 7 frames. Just making sure. Yep, they're both 7 frames. But Yun's crouching medium kick in that particular situation is -1. So if Ken puts his crouching medium kick out there, Yun's crouching medium kick becomes 8 frames because it's -1 after the block. So Ken's crouching forward will actually beat your crouching forward. Gets a punish on the shoulder. That was bad from the Ken. He's going to die for it. Okay, so what the Yun is doing here is he gets damage in to know that after a certain amount of medium kicks, he'll kill his opponent. So he's trying to do medium kick, medium kick, medium kick, medium kick, and then like dash punch or something, just to make sure that he gets a little bit of meter for the next round. Or he can just kill them. So Yun's trying to get to the space where he's perfectly outside of Ken's crouch forward whiff punish. Like that's the ideal spacing for Yun versus Ken, is you want to be outside of that space. But he could walk forward one step in standing fierce kick and hit you. So I mean, it's a fine line between, being at that safe spot and like being able to jump out or being able to whiff punish him or getting hit, depending on his choice. So he parries the jump in fierce punch or fierce kick, and that actually was very high. He could have standing medium kicked it. He also could have crouching medium punch into up kicks. But normally Kens will do it a lot lower. So you want to do your fastest normals after that, which are standing light kick and standing light punch. Um, if you want a chance to actually punish their attempt, because at certain ranges where Ken jumps forward, if he hits you, let's assume that this is standing Yun, right? If he still hits you, like right around here on your body, like right above your shins, where Yun wants his dive kick to land, then Ken will be safe even if you parry. So it's a fine line between being able to punish Ken, and if he gets it perfectly, then you can't do shit. Gets command throw. Ken's cornered now. Cross up. So there, he does the shoulder because he knows that even if it's blocked, he'll have meter. But that's also a double-edged sword because the Ken should know the same information. Um, and it forces the red parry. So you can either delay after 1, 2, 3 before you do the shoulder, or you can just do it. It's risky either way, but you want to try and get that meter. He still only has one bar, so his best option there would have just been like crouching medium kick into DP, and with Yun's life, that's something that he can risk. So he does 3 daipans again, and he's going to go for a reset. Gets the reset, so now his options are standing medium punch, standing fierce punch, standing medium kick, or wait for him to land tick command throw. Gets the ender. His ender does about 25% meter. He does the single medium punch for the frame kill, and also for the timing of his next choice, plus it gives you 3% meter for it. So he goes for okay. He goes for the furthest distance that you can possibly hit a far standing or a close standing medium kick. And if you do it at that distance and your opponent is crouching, it will not hit them. So your opponent can punish it because close standing medium kick is 15 frames of recovery. So he has plenty of time to punish that with a crouching medium punch into super. So if you're going to insist on doing that move, try and make sure that you're like a little bit closer to your opponent than you think you need to be. Otherwise, they're going to be able to punish you for it. So there he does the same setup, except he super jumps and then fierce kicks on the way down so that he makes sure that he stays on front. So now he's re-cornered. Yun does in my opinion, the wrong dive kick because he's too close to Ken. Ken can just throw on his wake up now, which is what happens. So when Yun does that and he's right on top of you, he's pretty much forced to throw. But after the throw break, Yun is in perfect position for gatekeeping or goaltending or whatever you want to call it, and forcing Ken to make decisions. Because now he can just literally, he has the entire screen behind him to build meter. And Ken would have to chase with EX Hurricane Kick, but he doesn't have a lot of meter to spare. So we'll see what happens. So he's making him whiffing himself. So he only needs about 6 whiffed moves in order to get Ganajin, or like 2 whiffed moves and a block move. Gets a block move into shoulder, gets punished for it. Misses his parries. So the Yun lost there because he went for the greedy play. Instead of doing um, 2 blocked moves, he wanted to make sure that he was going to be close for his Ganajin. So he did the easiest option, which is crouching medium kick into uh, shoulder, but that's very easily parried. Um, so in that particular situation, what you want to be doing is, crouching medium kick, jump back, fierce punch, um, or something along those lines, because the medium kick will be blocked for 6%, and then the jump back fierce punch will give you another 4% meter um, when it whiffs. So that would have put him at 2% necessary, so one crouching medium punch would have given him one whiffed crouching medium punch would have given him enough meter to activate, and he wouldn't have even needed to deal with Ken having the chance to parry. So far, we're about 9 minutes into the video. We can say that, like Yakun, Boss does not like moving backwards. The only time he moves backwards is just to get out of crouching medium kick range, and then he likes to find his way in. It is a very good philosophy or it is one of the philosophies that Yuns have, where, you know, making your opponent block and hitting your opponent is going to yield you more meter than your opponent than running away will. You would need to run away and whiff 10 crouching medium punches in order to get the same meter that one hitting fierce punch will get you. So, especially when Ken doesn't have meter, even though he's a little more dangerous than you are, you still want to be trying to hit him and make him block to get as much meter as possible. But once he has meter, you don't really want to be risking dive kicking at his knees and all that stuff, because he can still punish you for it. Which is something that, he has been doing. He's been whiffing, and when he whiffs, he makes sure that he instantly throws, right? We've seen that if he does his medium kick, dive kick, and whiffs into his shadow, like here. So if his whiff lands like here, away from Ken, he's safe, right? The only thing that Ken can do is try to poke him. Um, but he can't be thrown, so he can rejump. He can, back off. He can try and force Ken to block. He can do his crouching medium kick. He can do walk forward target combo, which is something Yakun did the other day, and we haven't seen Boss do it a single time. So I wanted to point that out. That's one thing that they don't, at least back in 2012, Yakun liked to do target combo. This is more recent than that. But anyway, so when Yun is here, let me make this bigger. When Yun lands here, right, his best option is throw. And Ken's best option is throw. And this is one of the most important things to understand about whiffing dive kicks, is you have to be able to willingly just throw. Because your best bet off of that is that hey, you get the throw. Cool. I get 8% meter, and I get set play after that. Or I can run away. Whatever I want. If I don't throw and Ken throws and I don't jump, I get thrown. I eat the set play. That's bad. If we both throw and we get back to neutral, we both get 2% meter, I believe, and then we're back to neutral, where you are outside of Ken's crouching medium kick range. So that's exactly where you want to be. So if your goal is to get back to neutral where you feel safest, like a distance where you feel safest, like whiffing dive kick and having Ken throw break is still good. And if he doesn't throw break and you get your throw, then that's even better.
はいはい。自分がしゃがみ込まんだと、はい、クッションしかけないんで。ああ、ガードできちゃうから、ギリギリまで見たんです。
So at the beginning of the round, you'll see that Yuns will not often whiff more than one crouching medium punch, and that's because if you whiff two, Ken can standing fierce kick. If you whiff two against Chun, Chun can standing fierce punch. Like a bunch of characters have good options against whiffing multiple moves because your crouching medium punch um, is still 6 frames of recovery and it's 5 frames startup. So the startup for it in the animation is going to end up being around 10 frames total, I believe. So, you know, you're going to end up eating damage if you do two of them, you're eating about 20 frames, right? Well, if Ken throws out his standing fierce kick, it's 11 frames and it hurts a lot. And it covers the space necessary to hit it on recovery. So if he throws it out when you're pressing your second medium punch, then it'll hit the second medium punch on its recovery. So that's why you'll see Yuns will either crouching medium punch, walk back, crouching medium punch, jump, or crouching medium punch, jump back. Or they have the option of crouching medium punch, crouching medium kick, which if your opponent tries to walk forward, then um, that will deal with that. Or if it's against a Chun or something, you can low profile their stand fierce punch. So Yun's cornered now, and again Ken sweeps and he's going to get punished for it. So now Yun's on the offensive. He's likely going to jump in and either try to hit him in the knees, or he's going to whiff dive kick. Super jumps in with medium kick, which if Ken had quick rised, he could have got a combo off of if he, uh, was successful with it. Um, so now he walks up into. I want to watch that again actually. So we're at 9:05, 9:10. So he gets his dash punch, and now he's going to jumping medium kick, standing medium, crouching medium punch, and then that hits. He should be able to get a dash punch if he actually hit confirms. He doesn't, so he walks forward a little bit and then does close standing fierce medium kick. Because Ken is just sitting there. He's not really doing anything. And if Ken tries to press anything after you've already stuck your button out, it's just going to eat their move. Um, and so he gets knocked in the air. He should be able to dash punch him, get to about 10% required meter, and he'll be very close to getting his Grenade in. And Ken will also be cornered. So he literally needs 2%. So anything blocked will give it to him. So he whiffs the far standing fierce medium punch, which gives him enough meter um, to activate. He lands a close standing medium kick, and now he's going to get a big damage combo. So because Ken does have super, you don't really want to play with your food too much. I mean, you can run away and start to build meter and all that stuff if you want to, because you do have a huge life lead still. But Ken only needs about 3 set plays to take that much of your life if you include one of them being a super. So, you know, it is kind of risky, but he has almost no life, so you can chip him with pretty much anything. So, okay, this is something I want to discuss because it's something that I do a lot and I get punished for it, just like Boss did. So, we're going to go back to 920. Okay. He whiffs the medium punch and then walks back, right? At this range, because their shadows are not touching, Yun is out of far medium punch range for hitting. So it's a 50-50 guess for Ken between crouching medium kick and standing fierce punch. Now, because standing fierce punch is not the best move, and if it doesn't chip him, he can super it on block, it's not likely that he's going to do that move by process of elimination. So if you're in a situation where you back off from your opponent, you're limiting your options, right? Because you can't throw him now. You can't command throw him now. Your only options are walk forward a step and then standing medium punch, or standing fierce punch from where you are, or sweep, or crouching medium kick. And down parry beats two of those things, and crouching medium kick into dash punch is about as much meter as you're going to get, and it will also chip at this point. So it's safest for the Ken here to down parry, which is what he does. He gets the DP, he gets the follow up. His follow up here is actually pretty smart. Okay, so he super jumps. He's gonna get his medium kick, right? Which puts Yun in block stun and proximity guard. He doesn't block it, obviously. He could have just done medium punch, fierce punch, super, but he expects the Yun to block it there. So he goes for crouching short, and then he immediately down parries, expecting Yun to try to crouching. Okay, at this range, down parry covers crouching light kick, crouching medium punch, crouching medium kick, crouching fierce kick, and crouching jab from Yun, and standing light kick, and standing medium kick, or medium punch. I'm sorry, standing light punch. So it covers everything from Yun except for standing medium punch, standing medium kick, forward medium kick, fierce kick, etc. So like most of Yun's moves at this range are down parryable. So he buffers in down parry, goes for crouching medium kick. Yun can't punish. So he tries to walk forward a smidge, um, and gets crouching leg kicked for it. So because he has almost 50% meter, it's okay for him to go in if he wants to. Ken does have a meter and a half, but he's going to want to save some of that bar to use during Yun's Ganajin if possible. So he does go in, he whiffs a button and gets thrown. It's a little confusing to me why the Ken threw there, because the Yun is in trip guard since he did press a button. So they get neutral again, and he's continuing to try to pressure because if he gets a single hit on a jump in, he'll get his meter. But he gets back thrown, and then Ken double dashes forward and dashes back to build range to where. That's another thing. If Ken dashes back in the corner, right? When you're cornered, Ken's options when he dashes back are crouching medium kick, standing fierce kick, standing medium kick. That's it. He can far standing medium punch, but it's not ideal. It's about 50-50 if it will actually hit your jump, if you try to jump. So, most of his options are actually low here. Unless he tries to dash up. So he just walks forward, and he gets punished for it. So Yun does target combo light kick into shoulder to activate. He could have done a light kick into crouching medium kick to activate if he wanted, since he had meter, but shoulder gets you closest and allows you for the easiest way to mix your opponent up. Or the easiest way to continue pressure on your opponent. I won't call it mixing them up, because at this point they're just going to be blocking low, and it's not mixing up shit. So that's another thing there, right? He tried to parry the second hit of that, and because he delayed the hit, he got the hit. And now he's in the air and getting comboed. Double shoulder, forward fierce, dash punch, 25%. Now he's up to 55% meter. Now he's running away. So when he runs away, he whiffs a light kick dive kick, which is just out of range of his crouching medium kick. He walks forward a step and blocks. So now he's in his crouching medium kick range. Ken thinks that he's going to get a super, misconfirms, and Yun gets a proper punish of crouching medium punch into fierce up kicks for the most meter and most damage possible. So now he's going to activate because there's no reason not to. It's the second round and you want to win. He's going for the command throw mix-up. Misses. Gets Oki. Misses it up. Air to air. Yun wins. So now it's 4-2. So again, neutral jump. Seeing how Ken wants to approach, if he wants to back away, it's feeling out your opponent at that point, because unless they immediately jump fierce kick to beat your neutral jump, and if you option parry forward, it's not going to beat your neutral jump anyway, then you can punish them for it, because it's going to be hard for them to parry after they've already pressed the button. Command throw gets him out of the corner there with the command throw, but it doesn't matter because he's still taking about 15% of his life for that. He's getting 20% meter for that, and he's still in control. So now he's going to super jump after him, and now he has a couple options. Medium kick, fierce kick, light kick, dive kick here to whiff in front of him. Or just empty jump into, parry like he just did. And now he gets the punish into the up kicks, which he could have done shoulder into Ganejin, but he opts for up kicks. And the reason for this is probably because he can activate after the up kicks, or he can get a set play after the up kicks, and then activate. So he doesn't want to waste a knockdown, right? And if he does the shoulder, he's forced to do a reset, which gives the Ken a chance to get out of the Ganejin. If he doesn't do the reset, he's not going to do enough damage to kill. So he goes for another set play. He goes for a throw, and it's going to end up being broken. So he's going to walk back. Ken's walking forward here. And the reason why Ken is walking forward here is because he doesn't want to give Yun the space to activate for free. And now, because Ken has walked out of the corner, it'll force a screen transition if Yun tries to backdash. So Yun tries to go in. He gets a proper distance dive kick, and then immediately does crouching medium kick into activation. misses his command grab. And again, he does his crouching medium punch just in case he dashes, but unfortunately for him, the Ken was just out of range to get hit by it. Um, but if he did get hit by it, then he would have been dash punched back into the corner. So after a neutral jump fierce kick that's blocked or a neutral jump fierce punch that's blocked, you have to walk forward 1 or 2 steps and then you're in close standing medium kick range. So he gets the whiff and then he immediately does fierce punch because again, Ken doesn't have a whole lot of meter. I mean, he's about to get super, but Yun has 90% meter. Um, Even if he does the one parry and then back throws, Yun's still at advantage because Ken has to make the right decision in 4 mix-ups, basically, uh, to make Yun lose, at least. So if Yun gets thrown, he can take another 2 throws or so before he really needs to worry about anything. And Ken only has 5 to 10% life here. So he has to be either super conservative or super balls to the wall. Like, give no fucks. So he anti-airs with Fierce Punch dive kick, or DP. And then he goes for crouching medium kick, walk back, walk forward. So he does that to try to get uh, Yun to press a button, and then he tries to whiff punish it. And then Yun just there to airs him. So again, it's the beginning of the round. Ken has to walk forward, crouching medium kick, or dash forward in order to do anything about the Ganajin. So raw activation at the beginning of the round is actually pretty good. So Yun has a couple options here. If he tries to go in by the air, Ken can just EX Hurricane him out and eat a bunch of meter. Ken can backdash, crouching medium kick into EX Fireball to, waste some time. Or he can backdash, wait for Yun to jump, and halfway through his jump, whether he dive kicks or not, throw EX Fireball to either hit him or force him to block or parry on landing and eat, again, about 30% of his meter. So, okay, this is an important thing to discuss. You're like, okay, well, Ken gets the parry and then he does his DP. Why the hell does he do super? Okay. If he does super here, it's going to eat 3 to 4 seconds of Ganajin. So, Ganajin is 7 seconds long. It's going to eat about 50% of his bar. And by the time that he had jumped, he had already eaten 20% of it. So by the time this is over, he's going to get a mix-up as well, and because he's able to get a set play after his super, even though it only hits twice, and he's not getting a lot of damage for it, um, he's still at heavy advantage for it. Because he's still going to have a meter advantage, he's going to have a life advantage, and he has corner advantage. Plus, Yun just wasted his meter and gets nothing for it. So, he still has about 15% meter, and he's dashing up. Yun has to crouching light kick here, or jump. Because doing anything else really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So if Ken dashes forward, he can down parry. Double dashes instead, and does crouching medium kick or fierce kick to eat the rest of Yun's meter. So Yun does fierce kick dive kick there on his crouched opponent, which is not the best idea since he can't combo there. He jumps forward. He didn't neutral jump. At least I'm pretty sure he did. I'm going to look at that one more time just to be sure. 23. Okay. Okay. So yeah, he jumps forward, and then dive kicks on him. He could have delayed it a second longer, and fierce kick dive kicked, and it would have went over his opponent. but he stays cornered. Tries to jump there and gets swept for it, thrown. And now Ken is at the perfect positioning where he can walk, he can shimmy, he can standing medium punch, he can crouching light kick, he can crouching medium kick. Like, Yun is at Ken's mercy as soon as he gets thrown or knocked down with a DP or super or anything in the corner. Ken should never jump against Yun in the corner. You want to have the three-way mix-up because you can't cross Yun up in the corner. He can just block normally, or he can dash punch out. So he successfully reads it. He gets the throw, and then he dive kicks over him. And he does jump forward, fierce kick, dive kick to make sure that if he quick rises, that he'll hit him. And if he doesn't quick rise, then he'll go over him, and he'll be able to do another option on his wake up. He's out of Ken's throw range, as you just saw, when he does that whiff. And now they're both able to press buttons. Yun doesn't get a dash punch off of his crouching medium punch that he does there. He immediately goes for fierce punch, because if he blocks it or it hits him in those two situations, it gives him a decent amount of meter and it pushes him back into a neutral position where Ken is forced to either jump or walk forward in order to connect with pokes. So he whiffs his dive kick and tries to go for a throw, and he's going to get punished for it. Ken doesn't fully punish him, though. He just throws the poke out. So again, beginning of the thing, you can see him starting to walk forward to try and get into range for crouching medium kick for the Ganagin, but he's going to just Ganagin and then jump. So now he gets him back to the corner there. You want to do that as much as possible. So when, let's go back a couple seconds. 48. Okay, 47. So he hits him with his far standing fierce punch, medium punch. So he has to walk forward 2 steps to get the command throw. He walks forward 3 steps, gets the command throw, and now because he has about 40% meter, he can shoulder or forward medium kick and then shoulder, right? So if he shoulders first, it'll push his opponent back towards the corner. If he medium kicks first, it forces him to do to push him towards the other corner, and he won't quite make it there. So because he's closer to the right side of the screen, it's more ideal to do medium punch shoulder into forward medium kick into shoulder forward fierce dash punch than it is to do forward medium kick, medium punch shoulder, light punch shoulder, fierce punch dash punch. Because you also get an extra fierce button in there, which will give you more meter. So that right there gave him it gave him 40% meter. And now he gets a set play. So he immediately neutral jumps and comes down with target combo. When you're playing against Kens, right, neutral jumping on their wake up is not a bad option, because if they try to DP, most of the time they're going to be doing light punch DP, right? You only need to parry once. And medium punch DP, you only need to parry once in most cases because it's not going to hit you properly at the correct hitbox to allow for both hits to hit you. Fierce punch DP is a little riskier, especially depending on how far down you are when they input it. So again, that's the same situation I was talking about before. He does his target combo or his jumping medium kick or a jumping fierce kick or whatever he does that gets blocked, and then he walks forward 1 step and he does close standing medium kick. Ken was crouching, so it whiffs. He could have punished with Emperor Punch into super, but he didn't. So he gets his hit confirmed, and now he's going for a set play. He's going to cross up. So now, because he has meter. He wants to backdash. Because he's DED. If you look at his meter, um, he needs if it's blocked, he's not gonna get super, right? So he can do crouching medium kick and then buffer super here. And if it hits, he'll get super, and if not, then he'll get nothing. But he goes for sweep
お
instead.
ナイス反撃
So again, Ken dashes forward there, and Yun is at the perfect range where he wants Ken to dash. So he's buffering crouching medium punch into dash punch. Activation. Ken's far away from him, so the only way that he's going to be able to waste his meter is if he's close. Um, he doesn't know if Yun is going to be jumping, so he makes the guess to dash forward. And if Yun jumps there, he can DP after the dash. And if not, then he can throw, I guess. I mean, trying to contest buttons with buttons in Canadian is not always the best option. So he gets hit on his dash.
大パンが置いてあってちゃんと手札が回ってた
Gets a full combo. Gets about 15% meter. And he does far standing fierce punch, medium punch again to get close. And now he has a decision between close standing medium kick, close standing fierce punch, neutral jump into target combo, neutral jump into whatever. Yun literally has about 50 options at this position. So let's see which one he picks. He goes with walk up, crouching, leg kick, dash punch. Nope. He went for a tick throw there. So again, he whiffs here, right in front of Ken. And he's either going to go for normal throw or command throw. Goes for a normal throw and gets poked out of it. Which that's weird at the range that he did it, because it should have connected. Down parries, buffer down parries his against Ken's crouching medium kick, and then throws out his own when he realizes that Ken is walking forward. Gets the dash punch. He's about 20% meter. He's probably going to try to shoulder in some point to get it. So he crosses up. I want to watch that again actually. Okay, so he gets his Zeisho, right? If he quick rises and he does fierce kick, dive kick, it'll cross up. So that's what he chooses to do. But Ken blocks it. And then he just goes for 1, 2, 3. Because he's low enough in life that if he did 1, 2, 3 shoulder and Ken did not parry the shoulder, he would get the kill anyway because of chip damage. And it would also give him enough meter to kill him. He could activate. And in that particular situation, because he's so low life, there's zero reason not to go for that mix-up. Zero. You have so much life, and he has 1.5 meters. He would need to super you, and then do one successful set play, and do another set play after that where he can super you to win. So he needs 3 proper guesses, and all you need is chip damage. So now they're swapping sides from player 1 to player 2, because that's how these work. At least when they do them like Game Newton. Once they get to 5 wins for one person, they swap sides to make it fair. It's to fix things like Ken, where Ken can do certain mix-ups on player 1 side that they can't on player 2 against Shotos. It also fixes a problem with Chun, I believe, on player 2 side, where if she does a particular knockdown, I forget what it is, where she can do her down forward fierce kick, her little flippy bullshit, and it's a 50-50 whether she crosses you up or not. Sometimes it hits you from the front, which is really weird. But she has that. So it's, it gives you fair and square, pretty much. So now Boss is up 5-2. So again, we're seeing that Boss likes to be very aggressive. He likes to always be in Ken's face if he can, and he likes to constantly be pressuring with whiff dive kicks into throws because that puts him back at the neutral position where he wants to be. So it's the first round of the next game. Again, we have, backdash, neutral jump, crouching medium punch to see how Ken reacts. You always want to be making your opponent react to you. So, Ken has less things to make Yun react than Yun does to have Ken react, in my opinion. Um, Ken has to worry about, if Yun's going to run away, if he's going to have to chase him, you know, if Yun's going to come forward. Yun doesn't really have to worry about if Ken runs away, because if Ken runs away, he can just start building meter. So all he has to worry about is if Ken moves forward. And if he does so by dashing, by walking, or by jumping. So he goes for forward fierce punch, thinking that Ken's going to dash or jump. Doesn't work. Ken blocks it. But he's still at perfect positioning in the screen where he doesn't need to worry about Ken's crouching medium kick. The only thing that he would need to worry about is if he whiffs another crouching medium punch here, that he can get standing fierce kicked. So he whiffs once and then walks back and forces Ken to jump forward. He neutral jumps and then Yun jumps afterward. He gets a very improper dive kick. So he's trying to either hit him just to get meter, or just get close and force the throw break again like he's doing now. So again, they're back. They're back at this range where his shadow is. So Ken's crouching medium kick comes to about here. His standing fierce kick comes to about here. And Yun is not worried to get hit by either of those things. He can just back away. He can just jump forward. Like, it's the perfect neutral position after a throw for Yun in this matchup. In a lot of matchups, actually. So he whiffs and Ken dashes in. So this is another timing where it's probably going to end up being throw. But he's also, because he whiffed, he's out of Ken's throw range, and he knows that. So he just ducks and waits for Ken to make a decision. And now they're exchanging pokes. Somehow misses crouching medium kick into dash punch at that range. That's very weird. So Ken is relentlessly trying to pressure Yun, doing his normal shenanigans with dashes. Gets his DP because Yun only parries once. If you think that that Ken is going to do DP on wake up, always parry at least twice, because you never know if it's going to be light punch, medium punch, or fierce punch. And if you parry twice, it gives you the time that you need to react to seeing that you're parrying to input the third parry to finish parrying the fierce punch, dragon punch, and the 2 will cover the medium punch, dragon punch. The 2 as well will also cover the light punch, dragon punch. So again, he hits Ken in a poor position in the body above the waist, so immediately throws. Gets thrown though, because he's too negative. Activates instead of punishing. Interesting. Command throw, Ken's going to be cornered. Gets full punish, or full ender. Goes for sweep. And then because Ken doesn't have super, he's not going to be able to punish if you do the two-part sweep. And it also builds you up perfectly to the distance where you want to be, just under the timer. And it forces Ken to dash forward. Yun can dash out right afterward, which is what he does, or he can jump back. And he can continue to start to build meter. So when you are building meter like that, a lot of people like to just, not to, poke fun at you, Locust, but since you're in the chat, you like to backdash and then just spam down medium punch. Like, the proper way to do things is to press it once, Certain characters you can press it twice. Engage what your opponent does. So this time he, does it once and then jumps to see what Ken does, and Ken decides to use his meter to keep pressure on Yun, since Yun is about to be to the point where he um, can get Ganejin relatively quickly. And if he gets his medium punch DP after his EX Hurricane kick in the air, he should get most of his meter back towards the EX. Yep, he's back in EX range, and now he gets a set play. Goes for a cross up, but now he's cornered, so he's probably going to go for a tick into a back throw. Nope, goes for 1-2, because he's, likely very comfortable with that spacing. And Yun's jumping in, trying to get to a point where he can, get his activation. He gets a proper dive kick spacing, and he hits him in the knees, so Ken's not able to do anything off of it. He whiffs crouching medium punch, and Yun's just trying to poke him and get his meter off of his blocks. He has meter now, so he's backing up to activate, and he pumps there to fake activation to see what Ken does. Ken tries to jump, and he pressed the button, so he's going to be in trip guard, so he gets thrown, dash forward, or he could have dash forward activated there, or he decides to super jump, dive kick, crouching medium kick into activate. Now, the reason that his option is probably better is because you're closer to your opponent when you are actually connecting with a move when you cancel into Ganejin, right? If you just dash once into activate, it gives Ken time to react, and since he has meter to throw EX fireballs, you don't want to give him too much opportunity to help deal with your meter. And plus, you're at perfect range for either standing medium punch or crouching light kick after the successfully blocked crouching medium kick into activate. Gets his free damage off of 4 medium kicks. Doesn't get anything. Tries to walk forward, but Ken doesn't have the ability to punish. He was at DED, but he doesn't actually react to it. Yeah, neutral jumps tried to walk forward and gets back thrown. So now Ken's at advantage. Second throw kills him. So now Ken jumps forward. If this trades, that's good for Yun since Ken won't get a super, but it's likely that Ken's going to hit him in super or hit him in DP. But he manages to luck out on the hitbox and manages to hit his crouching medium, jumping fierce kick with crouching medium kick into up kicks. And now he gets a set play. He super jumps forward, goes over his body, and since he didn't quick rise, now he gets a meaty setup. He DPs it. So he went for a delayed medium punch shoulder there, thinking that the Ken was going to try and parry on wake up, and instead he gets DP'd for it. So Ken gets his cross up into the corner, and now is likely going to try to get Yun into the corner, or he can do medium punch, fierce punch to build space. So let's see what his choice is. Does crouching light kick, light kick, light kick, which builds the same amount of space as medium punch, fierce punch. But he is cornered, and Yun is very close to meter. He does have, a meter and a half, and he's up a game, so he can use it a little more liberally. So Yun whiffs his crouching medium kick and gets whiff punished with standing roundhouse. He tries to whiff punish the crouching medium kick with dash punch, but is too far away. Crouching medium kick from Ken is a recovery of 17 frames, so if you are just out of range of it and you dash punch, it will successfully work, just like crouching roundhouse or standing roundhouse. Standing roundhouse is 19 frames, so it's 2 frames less than crouching medium kick. So if you are really paying attention and you're properly spacing, then you should be able to dash punch it, but it's not something I recommend going for all that often unless you're, like, beyond confident. So Ken's just throwing out pokes, trying to keep Yun off of him, make sure that he doesn't get meter. And Yun's just like, I want to get back in. So he dash punches, and Ken was either jumping or trying to dash in or something, gets hit with it, activation. And because he was knocked down, he's gonna dash up, and now he gets a proper meaty setup. So it's either gonna be stand fierce punch, stand medium punch, crouching light kick, or forward medium kick. It is something that you can use, and if your opponent is the type of player to just block instead of guessing on overheads, then it's a better tool to use. But it's something that you need to use very carefully, because if you use it against the wrong player and you get parried, um, it's going to be a bad time. So again, same situation as before. The Ken knows that even if he takes that, he can press crouching medium punch, and if Yun presses a button, the crouching medium punch will hit him. So the same situation came up again, and the same situation went in favor of the Ken. So the Yun there decided to do, something other than forward medium kick again. If he did forward medium kick again, it would have worked. But instead, he doesn't delay anything. He immediately goes for another button and gets punished for it. So now Yun has almost no life, and Ken gets a set play, so this is very bad for Yun considering his meter is going to be up. And Ken is up around, so this is very bad. Very, very bad. So he gets his mix-up, he whiffs fierce kick so that he lands in front of Yun. He's at perfect spacing to do crouching light kick, standing medium punch, or throw. Does standing medium punch. Yun guesses that he's going to do crouching light kick or crouching medium kick, down parries, and gets hit. So now Yun is up 5-3. And we're at the same situation. First round, it's either feeling out or rushing down. So standing medium kick to stop jump, stop dash. And then immediately goes for crouching medium punch, and then he'll likely jump. Nope, goes for shoulder instead. Forces him to block. Is not going to get punished for it. So he's whiffing crouching medium kick, and then walking back, knowing that Ken's going to walk forward and press crouching medium kick himself, and then he can try and whiff punish. The whiff punish doesn't work, so he whiffs another crouching medium punch, and then he jumps. So now Ken doesn't have EX meter, so he knows that it's going to be air to air, so he can either do fierce kick or fierce punch. Parries instead, goes for whiffs instead again with crouching medium kick, thinking that he's going to try and whiff punish again against the Ken at that range, but gets whiff punished by Ken's crouching roundhouse. And now Ken's at advantage because he dashes up. Is trying to force Yun back into the corner. But this is also relatively decent spacing for Yun. He just has to back up a little bit in order to not be in range for crouching medium kick, but the Ken is obviously going to continue to push forward. Walks back a little bit, tries to whiff punish, hits the Ken when he does his standing roundhouse, but again, it's above the chest, so he throws back to neutral at a position where it's like starting position. So Ken's immediately going to start building meter, and then Yun jumps in at him, hits him at a very bad angle again, so it's either going to be throw or attempt at 1-2-3. If you hit him at a bad angle and it's like just above the waist, if you walk back a step, you can 1-2-3 and still be out of like too bad of danger. They can still throw you, but like it's risky because if they don't time it perfectly, then you'll hit them. This is something that one of the players on Fightcade, Arxer, likes to do a lot. Is he likes to hit you right at that spot, or a light kick, dive kick in your face, walk back, walk forward, 1-2-3. And especially in that position, because he has meter and Ken really doesn't, he's going to want to try to activate. Since he doesn't need a shoulder, just making sure that he does 1, 2, 3 is worth the risk of getting thrown so that he can get the activation close. Then he goes for the same thing, forward medium kick into something. But Ken doesn't have meter, so he can do it with impunity. Doesn't have to worry about, you know, Emperor Punch into hit confirm super. Gets the Genajin. It's probably going to be forward medium kick, shoulder, crouching medium punch, up kicks. Nope. He wants to keep him cornered instead of getting all the meter. So he does shoulder, walk forward, close standing medium kick, forward fierce is what he wanted in a dash punch, but he ends up, because he walked forward too far for his close standing medium kick, ends up pushing him across the screen instead. So again, because Ken still doesn't have meter, he can throw out crouching roundhouse every once in a while. So he whiffs his crouching medium kick and immediately is whiff punished by Ken because of how close he was to him. Ken walks in and out. The New York walk back, however you want to say it, is something that's very important, especially with Ken, because you want to be baiting your opponent so that you can do crouching medium kick DP. Same thing applies to Yun. Walking out of throw range, crouching medium kick, and a dash punch. Like, same exact setup. It's important for both characters because they get a knockdown off of it. Now Ken's at advantage. He's close, so standing medium punch, crouching light kick, throw. Like, that's Ken's bread and butter. Walks back into Emperor Punch, but doesn't have meter to do anything about it. So what happened there is that Yun hit him at a very bad, at a decent range, where he could have comboed crouching medium punch or standing light kick into dash punch, but he knew that if he just pressed one button and then walked forward, that the Ken would still be in block stun, so he could try to 1, 2, 3. And that's exactly what happened, is the Ken went for a red parry, I think, and ended up eating 1, 2, 3. Or the second part of the string of 1, 2, 3. And the medium punch allowed him to activate and kill him. So again, start of the round, Yun has no meter. Ken does have meter. He doesn't want to whiff into a position where Ken can whiff punish with crouching medium kick into super, if he can help it. But again, most Kens are not going to use super with just one bar at the beginning of a round. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The only reason to do it would be to try and gain momentum, but you can whiff punish with crouching medium punch into DP and get almost the same momentum. It gives you almost the same setup afterward. So the only time that you should really be supering, and this is something that Deshiken does, is they use their supers mostly for whiff punishing and punishment, max punishing. Like he's doing against Yun's forward medium kick in Genajin. He's max punishing with Emperor Punch into super. So Yun just walks back, trying to see if Ken's going to be, aggressive with his meter. He's out of throw range, but he's in crouching medium kick range. So because of the recovery on Far Strong is 10 frames, he can jump. Not really need to worry about anything. He can walk back. He can actually whiff punish this with crouching medium kick dash punch if he is on point. Throws out crouching medium kick, doesn't buffer in dash punch for the throw, or for the dash. Now they're back at neutral, and Yun is just trying to like play footsies. Ken is just out of the range that Yun wants to be in, so he's walking forward into the range that you know Ken wants to be in, and fierce kicking instead of crouching medium kick just to like fill the space so that Yun can't jump for no reason. Air to air, lands the crouching medium kick into dash punch. Again, jump forward. He goes for a throw or command throw here instead, um, but it's the same concept. Last time he jumped forward and he went for crouching. He went for a poke into crouching medium kick into activate. This time, instead of going for crouching medium kick into activate, he makes the Ken think that he's going to, do the same setup and makes the Ken block. Command throws him instead, gets the dash punch, dash forward, and he's not activating yet. He can't kill him if he activates. He's going to go for one more setup, one more set play, because if the set play doesn't work, he can, as an example, let's say he does close standing medium punch right now, right? If he does close standing medium punch right now, then he's going to be pushed out of range to a point where he can do crouching medium kick activate. He can go for a safe set play here, where if it works, and if it doesn't, he gets his activation. He goes for another command throw. Interesting. And again, that makes sense because if you were the Ken, you're thinking, okay, he's going to go for a safe set play. I can just block low and block the safe set play. Well, guess what? You got command thrown. Now he activates and just walks forward. He does standing fierce kick into standing fierce punch. So Ingen Agent, roundhouse is 8 frame startup. And on block is +7. His far fierce is 6 frame startup. So it's 1 frame overlap. So if you have your opponent block standing fierce kick inside of I'm sorry, it's an exact number. It's 7 into 7. Because I forgot about the startup being 1 frame different. But it's a 7 frame move. So it's a just frame, but, your opponent really can't risk pressing anything anyway. Because the standing fierce punch will eat the other moves since you are +7. Misses his combo. Does far stand fierce, which is interesting since in non-Ganajin, far stand fierce or roundhouse is -5, so it can be supered. But gets away with it. Whiffs, tries to throw, thinking Ken's going to move forward, does not get it. Ken tries to throw, and then instead of just doing crouching medium punch into dash punch, he goes for the combo instead. Whiffs it, he's going to either get back thrown or punished with 1-2 into super. 1-2 into super, fireball super. Same shit. And now he gets a set play and he has meter. So Yun's probably going to lose this round. Okay, he doesn't go for the normal set play, he just dashes up. Ooh. That was ballsy. So at that particular juncture, he was trying to hit confirm off of crouching medium kick and then do fireball. And at that range, it's pretty safe, especially against Yun. So Boss read that he was going to try to do that instead of just doing crouching medium kick into super, since it's safer to do crouching medium kick fireball super. He read the fireball, red parried the fireball, and punished him with EX up kicks for the kill. So now it is 6-3 Yun. Beginning of the next match. Yun decides for a delayed medium punch shoulder as his opener. It gets blocked. Ken can't do anything, so he walks back. Gives Yun space, and now Yun's going to build a little bit of meter and make Ken move forward. Goes for a medium punch shoulder, thinking that Ken's going to continue to move forward. Makes a poor read, and he gets a parry into crouching medium kick into DP, but doesn't actually get that for some reason because he was too slow off the parry. So now Yen's going to get 1, 2, 3 up kicks probably.
投げの読み合いが熱くて、左手
And then he gets 2 crouching medium punches because hard kicks, because the up kicks pretty much are a hard knockdown. If you quick rise after up kicks, you're usually making your choices a little harder for yourself, especially in the corner. So he doesn't quick rise, and then he makes Yun work for his damage, makes him work for his mix-up, since he doesn't get a guaranteed meaty.
がさせば
Does crouching medium kick into shoulder, which could have been parried, but is not parried and he activates.
バックステ読みのリバサ中足灯籠とかで返したりとかして
Ken's a little scared there, so he ends up doing,
投げの読み合いが
just blocking. Yun gets a full command throw into a full ender, gets about 40% meter. And now he has a set play. Goes for delayed light punch shoulder again, and that pushes him far enough away that he doesn't have to worry about crouching medium kick. Then he jumps in with target combo. Target combo leaves you at plus, so he goes for standing medium punch afterward and successfully hits, but doesn't confirm it into light kick dash punch. He just goes for far fierce to build a little bit of meter, whether it's hit or blocked, and then he's literally like 1 whiff away. And it also builds space, so you don't have to worry about getting hit, whiff punished or anything like that, because he's not in DED range, even if it hits with a crouching medium kick. So Ken tries to jump forward to make Yun react to something, and Yun just neutral jumps instead. Doesn't do anything, comes down, hits him, and is probably going to activate here unless it's a hit confirm. Activation. So he does crouching fierce kick, which in Genei-jin is +5. That's really good. So he can do pretty much whatever he wants after this, and not really worry. Although forward fierce is 9 frame startup even in Genei-jin, or 10 frame. Gets his command throw, is gonna get at least shoulder into crouching medium kick up kicks, but doesn't delay the shoulder long enough to get it. So now he's just going to sit on the ground and make him mix him up. He opts to go over his corpse and try to get him back toward the corner. So Ken uses medium punch, fierce punch there mid-screen, which pushes him back far enough where Yun can jump back without worry. Ken can jump after him and EX, but it's probably not the best choice since he's not up around. He has to be conservative with his meter, and Yun still doesn't have a whole lot of meter, so he's not forced to, use his meter to stop him from getting Genei-jin. Tries to air, Yun's just neutral jumping. He's gonna land, he's not gonna be able to get a punish or anything. So he tries to read another jump and ends up cornering himself. He's gonna get crouching medium kick dash punched, or just dash punched. So now Yun has set play. He has standing medium punch, close standing medium kick, crouching light kick, crouching medium kick, neutral jump, target combo, neutral jump, fierce kick, etc. Goes for a crouching medium punch, walk back to wait to see what he does. If he had tried to throw Yun, then he would have punished with crouching medium punch dash punch, or medium kick dash punch. Instead tries to walk forward and gets crouching medium kicked instead. So when Ken hits you with crouching medium kick, right? Never press a fucking button. Like, it's really stupid. Because even on hit, it's -3. But he can parry afterward. So, if he does crouching medium kick and you immediately do crouching medium kick yourself, he can just medium kick. He can just parry. Like, if he option parries down when he's pressing his crouching medium kick, like, he's going to get the parry before the medium kick comes out. So when he hits you with crouching medium kick, just block or jump away or do something else. He's -3 when he hits you, so if you just hold up back as soon as he hits you, you can jump away for free. So now he's going to get a set play, just dashes up, tries to get Yun to press buttons, and Yun is running away. Activation. So Ken immediately backs off when Yun activates. He doesn't have meter to contest with EX Fireball or anything, so he literally just has to back off and block and hope to God that he doesn't get command thrown, because that'll kill him. So Yun hits him with a bad dive kick and immediately re-jumps. Ken reads it correctly and gets a medium punch DP. He does close standing fierce punch on wake up instead of medium punch fierce punch, because he wants to build a little bit of distance, and just enough distance to make Yun try to press something to eat a little bit more of his meter. So he eats about, half a second to a second, just having him block the close standing close standing fierce punch, and then after that he is able to block and make him waste the rest of his meter. He's not going to get a command grab. Goes for shoulder. Tries for crouching fierce kick, and he's getting punished for it every time he goes for it. Ooh, Yun tries to go for overhead and gets DP'd for it. So if Ken is scared there, which it seemed like he was, it's a smart choice. But it is very reactable. It is 13 frames. So he gets about 16% from both of those dive kicks. Gets a dash punch. He's probably going to go for a mix-up here before he activates. Because he is at a slight disadvantage, and Ken does have a lot of meter. So he wants to get the most out of his knockdowns. But, I mean, if I were him, I'd just activate. But we'll see what he does. He waits for Ken to get up, does crouching medium kick into activate. He's going to get 1-2'd into super for it. Nope. Decides to eat meter with medium punch into medium punch DP, and now he gets a set play. Forces him to block or parry on wake up, does crouching light kick, gets parried, and now he's going to give Yun about 30 to 40% of his meter back, because he's in perfect range to get a really good combo. So he gave him 33% meter for trying to do light kick on that wake up and force him to block. Instead, he got parried into crouching light kick into forward fierce. And now he's going to eat another mix-up. And if he blocks all of it, Yun will be here. If he gets hit by anything, Yun will be here. So let's see. So he crosses him up in the corner. He's going to have to jump out now. Or try to throw. Because, like, being cornered against Ken with 2 meters is no bueno. So immediately goes for... That's okay. We saw that earlier as well, where he crossed him up in the corner, and he either has to jump, or he has to throw, or command throw. So if he jumps forward there, he might not have got hit by the hurricane kick, but the hurricane kick gets off the ground and cannot be thrown. So it beats command grab, and it beats normal grab in that very particular situation, and it keeps Yun in the corner. So Yun hits him at a perfect positioning where if Ken tries to press anything, even throw, he'll get 1-2-3'd. So he gets 1-2-3, dash punch, tries to air, thinking that Ken's going to either jump forward or jump back. And now he's at a neutral position where if he light kick dive kicks, he's at perfect position for Ken to whiff punish him with crouching medium kick. But if he medium kick dive kicks and Ken moves back, or moves forward, he's not going to get the perfect spacing. So let's see what happens. Medium kick, dive kick. Crouch medium punch, dash. Nope, crouch medium kick, activate. So he decides to walk forward too much and gets Emperor punched into super for it. He doesn't do a safe block string. He just does standing fierce punch, walk forward, which standing fierce punch in Genejin on block is plus 15. So it's a very good move, but you have to walk up a lot to really make use of it, or to make use of command grab. So it's very risky. He could have done walk up crouch light kick, which would have been another plus 13, and then all he would need is to walk one step as opposed to 3 steps to get his command throw. But I'm not him, so I'm not really going to question his decisions too much. He reads the backdash and punishes it. And now he's neutral jumping because that forces Ken to either DP or block. And if he neutral jump parries, he waited too long to dive kick there. But he hit Ken very high, so, if he had pressed another button instead, like jump medium kick or something at a different range, he might have been able to actually kill him. But now he's going to get punished for it. Oh, no, he doesn't. That's surprising, because at that range, Ken can walk forward target combo into super. So he's going to run away, try to build a little bit of meter. Instead, he just goes right back in, because he's at 75% meter. Okay, so he baits the Emperor punch that time. Gets an ender, 50% meter, 60% meter. Misses the hit confirm. Buffers the, ooh. Gets a mix-up, backdashes. Tries to keep him cornered. Medium punch, dash punch. No, just dash punch there. You're too far away for forward fierce. So Ken gets his mix-up. He backdashes again, delays. Doesn't use too much meter. Tries to push him back to the corner with fireballs. Yun tries to do enough damage with dive kicks to kill him, but does not. And then he reads the jump and EX Hurricanes for the win. Here I picked fucking Hugo. Okay, so Yun's up 6-4. This is game 11. He tries for crouching medium punch and a delayed shoulder and gets fierce kicked for it. Now he has corner pressure. Tries to dive kick out and gets... Ooh, okay. So that's another thing. Is if Yun quick rises and you're right next to him, you can dash over him with a lot of different characters. Urien does it, Ken does it, Chun does it. So if you're in a position where you can afford to not quick rise, don't quick rise, because you're just giving your opponent an extra layer of Oki. Because if he does or does not cross you up, it's two different things. And if you're quick rising and he can dash through you, that's another, layer that you have to deal with. Gets his crouching medium punch parried into super. Now Ken dashes up twice. There's no quick rise, so the third dash can't go over him or anything. You can't really cross Yun up in the corner like that anyway, so it's just to stay as close as possible. He does crouching light kick, standing light punch, intending the light punch to whiff, and then he immediately goes into Emperor Punch and whiffs that and gets punished for it. And now Yun goes in. He's about to get meter because all he has to do is whiff one crouching medium punch. So instead of that, he knows that the Ken is going to have to do something to stop him from getting meter. So dash punch starts up faster than most of his pokes that would beat it. So he just opts for dash punch in that situation. It's not always a good option, but you know, Yun has very little life, and he needs a way to get Ken into the corner so that he can get the most out of his Ganejin. And then he gets DP'd. Wonderful. So because Boss plays Ken, he knows exactly the ranges that Ken wants to be at, and he's very much fighting to be out just outside of that range. You'll notice that he's always like whiffing one crouching light medium punch to make Ken move forward, and then he's repositioning. Whether he's moving backwards or he's trying to force Ken to move forward even more with delayed and punish those advances with delayed crouching medium kicks. So now he neutral jumps, and Ken has no meter. So he whiffs a dive kick. He's going to probably do standing leg kick or crouching leg kick. Does. Gets a little bit of damage with forward medium kick, about 5%. Hits him with far standing medium punch, walks forward, and then gets, you know, his ender. So far standing strong in Ganejin on hit is plus 15. So just like a blocked far stand fierce, you know, he can afford to walk up. So he gets he acts like he's option parrying, and then he buffers the option parry, the forward down, into another forward for a delayed medium punch DP. So if the Ken's going to try to jump like a guard jump, then the medium punch DP will hit him. And now he's going to get dash punch. He's just about to be able to activate. Now because he's so close, the best options for him to activate are crouching medium kick and, you know, something into shoulder. So if he down parries there, it deals with close standing light punch, standing light kick, crouch light kick, crouch medium kick. And those are the best ways to go into shoulder. The only thing it doesn't deal with is close standing medium punch. So that might be something that Boss wants to throw in there a little more. I notice he doesn't use it very often. And again, crouching medium kick, DP, super to eat Ganejin time. So he started it at about 80%, ends it at about 45%. Now he double dashes up 30%, and now he gets a mix-up. It works, so it's going to eat the rest of the meter, and then he backs up again, backs off. Yun's cornered, so he's going to goaltend him in the corner for a little bit, since he is at DED, and Yun is forced to try and get out. So he has jump forward fierce kick, he has crouching fierce kick, he has standing fierce kick, he has far stand medium punch, you know, he has walk forward crouching medium kick, he has standing medium kick. He has a lot of options to keep Yun in the corner. Punishes dash punch with 1-2 into fireball super. Because he's already up around, he's going to be more liberal with the use of his meter, because he wants to win. So going for that super there, even though he could have done something else like EX fireball and still got him cornered, he wants to get the most damage possible, because now all he needs is one throw and then he wins. Command throw. Gets command throw, shoulder, forward. Oh no, palm. Goes for the kill. Nice.
今あれですね、幻影陣をゲージ1本半使って
I'm not sure that was necessary. The combo that he did, he could have done something a little bit
わか
safer.
んなくなりました。
Um,
うまい。
that was weird.
大丈夫です。
His shoulder gets DP'd into super. And then...
おー、
Ooh,
ナイスグラップ
okay.
飛び
So now Yun's in control. Tries for forward medium medium kick. And DP is 4 frames, so it beats out the 13 frame forward medium kick. So now Yun's trying to pressure him. Gets the cross up into 1, 2, 3 up kicks. And now Ken has to block. Blocks the standing fierce punch. And then Yun gets the full ender into a victory. So now boss should be up 7-4? Okay. He walks back, tries to bait him to move forward. Ken does successfully. And then he whiffs the crouching roundhouse. So he gets dash punched into the corner, and now Yun is jumping forward, likely into target combo. First hit of target combo hits, second hit does not. He gets thrown for it because of that. Back thrown, Ken backs off into a space where Emperor Punch will hit, and Yun cannot throw him even if it's parried. Very bad spacing on the jumping medium kick. He hits him too high with it, so he's immediately thrown for it. Thrown again, quick rise. Emperor Punch dash up. It's very hard to deal with. So he gets thrown again. Again, whiff punish for the whiffed crouching roundhouse. He can activate, but he jumps forward again with medium kick. But Ken is crouching when he hits him with it. Activate. Messes up. Gets his command throw anyway. Gets his up kicks. Gets him in the corner. Hits him in the knees, so he gets plus. So he gets his command throw since since Ken is blocking. And now he whiffs the medium punch dive kick because Ken thinks he's going to try and get right next to him in order to finish him off, which is very likely for a Yun to try to do. But, you know, it's also smarter to, or it's just as smart, not smarter, it's just as smart to whiff in front of your opponent and see how they react. He has one super, so, you know, Yun can't afford to take it, especially with how much meter he has. He DPs and gets punished for it. Yun now has full meter, so he can activate right at the beginning of the round. And then Ken's on the defensive. Tries to punish his, you know, air attempt. Okay, so I want to break that Ganejin down the way that he does it, because getting that ender on Ken is a pain in the ass. So he does 2 forward medium kicks into far standing fierce punch dash punch, delay, light punch shoulder, immediate forward fierce punch, or back fierce, and then it crosses up into Terra lunge. So that's interesting, because in a lot of situations, if you're too close with the standing fierce punch into dash punch, that ender won't actually connect. So that was after a command throw. Whatever, I'll look at it later. Again, delayed medium punch shoulder on an option parry. Gets the knockdown. Does it again, but with light punch. He does the exact same thing, right? He does forward medium kick, hits him, and he knows that, you know, Ken is likely to do Emperor Punch, so he parries. And then blocks. Up kick, standing medium kick, forward fierce dash punch. Gets as much meter as he can, it's close to 50%. And then Ken literally has 5% life left, so It's basically a free game for Yun now. So now Yun is up 8-4.
あと幻影中もさっきまで結構返されてたところをああなるほど対策
Goes for delayed medium kick. Again, neutral spacing, gets him cornered, command throw, almost has Ganagin, jumps over him, gets whiff punished, is now cornered, goes for 1-2-3. He tries to go for 1-2 into up DP, but ends up getting pretty messed up for it. So Yun's now on the offensive, messes up his shoulder. Ken could have killed him there, but he just opts not to for whatever reason. Tries to keep him cornered. Yun does a bad dive kick and then does another bad dive kick. But because he crossed him up, he gets medium punch, fierce punched. Jump back, activate. Tries to go in. Walk forward, crouching, medium kick, up kicks. Gets into the corner. And then he gets close standing fierce punch, so now he's 20% away from activation. Tries to do jump forward fierce punch to air to air, but Ken doesn't jump. So now he's cornered, and he's in throw pressure. So Yun can't dive kick out after a throw break, so you want to back up a little bit after that situation occurs to make sure that Yun doesn't try to like super jump dive kick out. Like super jump forward, dive kick out. So you can like DP him or something. So he does crouching, light kick, and walks forward. Gets punished with crouching, medium kick into dash punch. Assuming that, you know, after crouching, light kick, sometimes Kens like to get dash happy. So he does buffer it. He gets the neutral jump, gets the forward throw, activates. And he does the same thing. Forward medium kick. And then waits for Ken to do Emperor Punch. Ken doesn't do it this time. So he option parried. And then Ken delays and does, you know, DP instead. And now gets full punished. But he misses the ender. Ken gets out of the corner, throws Yun back in the corner. Yun gets a light kick, dive kick, and wins the round. So Yun backs off and then immediately goes in. And manages to get a back throw on Ken to get him to the corner. And now it looks like he's going to try to cross him up with a fierce kick, dive kick. Does so, gets out of the corner, goes for cross up, light kick, dive kick. But after that particular setup, unless your opponent is crouching, you're not going to get your combo. But he goes for it anyway, and he gets parried. So he gets 1-2 fireball super. And then immediately gets dashed up on. He hits him at a proper spacing so that even if Ken tries to do something, the crouching medium kick will hit Ken. So he activates off of that. He's probably going to do fierce punch or standing medium punch and a dash or something. Nope, forward medium kick. Again, same situation. Ken goes for Emperor punch, and Yun just blocks it this time. He does forward medium kick again, daring Ken to, you know, try it again. Saying, haha, basically, I know what you're going to do. Gets crouching, light kick. Ken reads that he's going to go for the command throw after that, and immediately throws. Throw pressure in the corner. Yun wakes up with option parry forward 1-2-3. Gets the 1-2-3 dash punch, and now he's in control. Goes for his set play. Neutral jump into parry for the whatchamacallit, for the DP. So now he'll get standing medium kick into forward fierce dash punch, depending on the screen positioning, or standing medium kick into dash punch to get under the corner. Forward fierce. Forward fierce super jump to get under the corner. I guess that's more meter than the dash punch is. Up, delayed fierce medium punch. DP again. This is gonna kill him. Okay, so first round. Backs off. Ken dashes, punishes the crouching medium kick, or fierce kick. Neutral jump parry. And now he's just goaltending Ken into the corner to make sure that he can get his meter. Ken tries to jump forward. Fierce kick hits him, but he's too high to combo. Yun's whiffing crouching medium kick, trying to punish a attempt at crouching medium kick from Ken because he is at DED range, and gets swept for it. He can activate now, though. Doesn't get his command throw, throws Ken. Goes for a setup, but doesn't get it. It gets parried. Oh, he gets to block it. Crouching medium kick, up kicks. Gets his activation. Boop. Forward. Oh, just shoulder into it. Doesn't want to risk the forward medium kick. Ken doesn't have meter, so Yun doesn't need to be scared. It's the first target combo we've seen him use the entire time. One, two, three. Shoulder. Gets a combo. Boom. Doo-doo ender. So we got 15% meter. Goes for neutral jump into throw. Only the first hit of EX Hurricane hits. High parries, for whatever reason. Parries the standing light punch and does crouching medium kick into DP. And now it's his turn to be on the offensive. Yun hits a bad dive kick again and throws immediately. Another bad dive kick. Throws when he lands even though it was parried. It's going to give him activation. Again, goes for the same setup. Boop, boop. Empty jump into dive kick for the kill. So it looks like Boss is going to end up playing him Ken, but that's not something I'm going to be breaking down, obviously. But I hope that was entertaining for you. If there are any questions, feel free to ask. And I'll give you like 2 or 3 minutes to ask questions, and if not, then I'm just going to wrap the stream up. Yep, Boss Ken versus Hirai Ken. Well, thank you everyone for watching that decided to watch. I'm going to upload this to YouTube tonight. And I hope you got some insight into the matchup. Again, I'm going to list some of the things in the video description for the YouTube video that I feel that Boss really likes to do in this matchup. So, but again, to recap, he likes to stay just outside of crouching medium kick range, like you should in this matchup. But he also likes to be very offensive. He likes to, force Ken forward and then go forward himself. Force Ken forward, then go forward himself. It's very almost cat and mouse. And he likes to take advantage of knockdowns. So he'll force the knockdown, and then even if he has Ganagin, depending on his life lead, he'll go for, another set play, or rather safe one. and then if that doesn't work, then he will go for his um, Ganajin. So I mean, it's pretty simple. He doesn't like to use his target combo too much. He doesn't like to use 1, 2, 3 too much. His favorite buttons are crouching medium kick, crouching medium punch, far stand fierce, far stand medium kick, um, though sparingly, close standing medium kick. He doesn't really like to use crouching light kick that much. Um, a lot of buffering of crouching medium punch or crouching medium kick to stop Ken's dashing into dash punch. Um, he doesn't really head stomp with dive kicks too much for meter. That can be pretty risky against Ken. Lots and lots of neutral jumps, especially on Ken's wake up, daring him to DP, um, coming down with different times target combos, uh, fierce kick, empty jumps, um, all sorts of stuff. Uh, again, he plays both characters, so I like to think he knows the matchup pretty well. So again, hopefully this was helpful, and everyone, I hope you have a good night, and I will see you next time for the same thing. It'll be the last one in this video range for Yun versus Ken. It'll be Nito versus Hirai, and it'll go a little differently than this stomp was. It'll be very back and forth, and there will be a lot more of the same sort of situations that that can be broken down. Again, thanks for watching. Have a good night.